Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a very exciting video, because today I'm going to show you all the details of the new Golf 8 GTI. Now as you can see, we have a beautiful example in front of us, so let's start with the design. Name of this color is King's Red Metallic, and immediately you will notice that when I unlocked the car we were greeted with the dynamic indicators on this IQ LED lights. So these are the matrix LEDs actually, and the GTI has this red element here, also in the headlight unit as well. We have the GTI badge, and also this is illuminated, so I will do an overlay so that you see how it looks. Very strong appearance on the road, looking very aggressive. Just look at this from this angle. Sporty bumper. You have the dynamic indicators, which you just saw, main headlamps, and also the fog lights down there. So the fog lights have this checkered flag layout. It looks very cool, especially during the night, so this will be impressive to see in your rear view mirror. Tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on the design on the front. Let me show you the specs of this model actually. So GTI has a 2-liter TSI engine. It is paired with the DSG 7-speed automatic transmission. Once again, name of the color King's Red Metallic, the interior Soul Tornado Red, and bunch of equipment on this model. So first of all, matrix LED lights. Moving on, you have a 19-inch wheels, beautiful dual-tone wheels, DCC dynamic chassis control. Definitely something that I would recommend you to go for with this car. We also have the optional Harman Kardon sound system, and this all looks pretty good and packed with equipment. This is the full price of the car. I will also put the euro amount. Let me show you the side profile of this thing. So let's go and let's look at it from this angle. Look at those wheels. So beautiful 19-inch wheels, and you have the dimension here, small lettering, but you get it here. Goodyear tires on this one. You have nice upgraded brakes, red calipers, and I do love this dual tone, so diamond cut finish. You don't want to scratch this, but yeah, looks pretty cool. Also, this is here for because of the law, the wheel needs to be inside when it comes to the chassis, so you need to have this part for the car to be a bit wider. We also have the GTI badge, and let's move on. Let me show you the side profile. I mean, just how beautiful this looks. And I'm really impressed by the design of this thing. It looks much better in person than it does on the photos, believe me. Let me show you the rear of the car. And I have the key. I will unlock it once again so that you see dynamic indicators at the back as well. Compared to the normal Golf, of course, you have much more aggressive rear bumper here with this exhaust pipes. So you have the dual exhaust with a nice sort of like the diffuser, and of course mandatory GTI badge. The view from this angle as well. This spoiler is here. It's not that big, but yeah, you see how it goes up. Shark antenna, and of course the tinted windows, a mandatory thing for the GTI. Tell me in your comments, how do you like the design of this thing? And in order to access the trunk, you need to do this. And here the classic trunk, same as on the standard Golf, so 380 liters, hooks here for your shopping bags, and down there I believe we have the subwoofer, since this car has the optional Harman Kardon sound system. You also have the hidden 12-volt power outlet, and this you can put first aid kit, for example, on this side extra storage room. And of course, folding the seats 60/40, and you also have the ski hatch, so not that bad. Pretty practical car indeed. And let me show you the interior now, but before we do that, let me also show you how the car looks with the lights on. So there you go, look at this, what I was talking about, the connected front lights. Beautiful design of the fog lights, like the racing flag. And from this angle, I mean, just magnificent. Tell me in the comments, do you agree with me? And the IQ lights at the back with very interesting signature and definitely a signature that you will recognize on the road. Time to explore the interior, and as soon as you step inside, you notice some different elements compared to the standard Golf. Let's start here. You see this sort of like the imitation of carbon. It looks pretty nice. This is pretty soft, and the classic switches for the windows and the mirrors, lock unlock button. The door pocket is actually pretty big for a car like this. You can fit a large bottle in this section. Now the seats, of course, first thing you'll notice probably are these seats with the, as I call it, the GTI pattern. So the GTI has this in red, and you also have the GTD and GTE. They have a bit of a different, let's say, structure here. And the seats, they are actually comfortable and hold you in one position. They also have the integrated headrest, so that's also cool. And well, yeah, in front of us there is a new steering wheel, and let's see how it looks from driver's perspective. In order to start the car, you need to press this. I will now just give contact so that we have the screens on. Speaking about the screens, this is the special GTI dedicated screen, which has a very cool animation, big rev counter and GTI logo in front of you. Here's your gear selector, and this is the speedometer. Of course, you can change the different views. You just press this view button and it changes. This is the classic one, the view with the navigation, driver assist systems on the focus here, and this is like the minimalistic view. And back to the GTI view, which is, in my opinion, the best one, because I mean, it's, you know, part of the GTI charm, and this is something you get only on the GTI. And this is what you get in pretty much all Golf models. So this is the standard touchscreen with the sliders, and also the slider here for the temperature, which I'm not a huge fan of. What I am a fan of are the ambient lights, so they do look pretty nice in this car. You also have some shortcuts here for the assist systems, for the klima. So this is to adjust the air blower. I'm gonna turn it off actually. Mode. So the driving modes, we have the Eco, Comfort and Individual. In Individual, you can configure various settings. Now, since this car has the DCC, you can configure, look how many options of the suspension. And this is something that I would recommend you to go for, because you really get a lot, you know, for your money. Because yeah, it is an expensive option, but you see how much changes you can, you know, do on the settings of the dampers. So that's always a big plus. You can also adjust the drive, the engine sound, for example, put it to sport, and yeah, light assistance, air conditioning, stuff like that. And in sport, everything is of course in sport, comfort and eco. And you see that when I change the driving modes, we also have a different layout in front of us. So this is the blue, nice and calm, and look at this Golf lettering here. I just noticed that, quite cool. Let's go back. You also notice that the whole layout changes when you change the driving mode. You can also change the lighting, and then it changes as well. So look at this. This turns into orange, as well as the ambient lights. And let's actually put it back to the red. I think the red suits this car very well. Anyway, air vents are here. We have the USB-C ports. This is where you can put your phone actually, since this is the wireless charger. Gear lever, the small one for the 7-speed DSG. Here you would put maybe some coins. Here is where I would love to see the roller to keep the eyes away from this, but there's no roller, just like on the rest of the Golf 8 models and versions. But you do have this adjustable cup holder, 12-volt power outlet, and this armrest has this nice red stitching. Inside, some storage room, and this can also be adjusted and moved up front. And the glove box, a pretty decent one indeed. And well, when we talk about the infotainment system, I already did a bunch of reviews of other Golf models, so this is the same here, and I will just go really quickly through some of the settings. But if you want to see the full review, you can always check out my Golf 8 review, for example. There you would find it. So here's where you would change the various settings of the navigation. You can turn on the night mode. That one looks better in my opinion. Let's go back. Telephone app connect, so it's possible to pair it with the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The vehicle settings are here, and here's where you can change and configure different settings for the car. Comfort light, then the tires, the headlights. Of course, since we have the IQ matrix LEDs, you have dynamic light assist and stuff like that. So you would configure all the things for the exterior here, and if you want to configure the interior, you go inside. Those are the options for the cockpit, so eco tips, and you would reset your data in here. And interior lighting, you have two designs actually, dark design and the bright design. I actually think that the dark mode looks better, so let's put it to dark mode. And finally, let's change the ambient lights. You have them here, you have them in this section here. Eternity, these are a blue one, my favorite. Euphoria, a red one, suits this speedometer very well. And individual, you can configure, let's put the brightness to maximum on all sections. And now let's configure the color. So we'll put the blue color, and now you see it here, down there, also here at this middle section, and also at the back. Actually, let me show you. Quite cool. Also dual tone is available. For example, this can be green, this can be blue. A lot of options indeed, and you can play with this all day. I will just put it to red now, so everything in red. And let's go back to the main menu. Sound settings, you configure various options here. Of course, Harman Kardon, as I already told you, a very good sound system, and if you're into good music, for sure you should upgrade the sound system to this one. And bunch of other options are here. Once again, assist systems, this car has many of them. You can have the list here and then just adjust which of them you want to work and how you want them to work. So that's pretty much it. Let me also show you the views here for the digital cockpit. You can have, for example, on your left you can have the fuel gauge. You can also have assist systems, for example, or power. This is a cool one. Have the power here. Moving on, so you just press this to change the view on your right. Let's actually put the G meter. Look at this, the G-force. This would probably be my view, so the kilowatts, the big rev counter with the speedometer in the middle, and the G-force. Tell me in the comments how do you like this layout. Then you can have the compass. What else can I have here? So speed, navigation, for example, but this is just the route guidance. Average speed, no display at all, or settings. Let's put it to the G meter. And you can also change the view in the middle, so let me show you this. You can have the selector lever, you can have the speed, or you can have the lap timer. How cool is this? This car also has the sunroof, so in order to access it, you need to just press this, slide it, and it opens. Time to show you the sun visors and nice LED light here. And also I do love this black roofline. Time to check out the rear bench. And we also have the tinted windows, as I already mentioned. I think this is the additional speaker. And yeah, well, without further ado, let's jump inside and see this. You have a lovely view on the front seat, and this is actually not bad at all. On 1.87 m, this seat is adjusted for me, and yeah, I am quite comfortable in here. And this is the view on the front. This is the situation for my head, so not sure how much the camera is catching, but I still have plenty of room, so no problems whatsoever in this car at the rear bench. Additional features that I need to mention: some storage room, also additional storage room, here's where you can put, for example, phone or card, air vents, and then you would adjust the temperature by pressing those buttons here. And in the middle you have the armrest with this cup holders. So that's pretty much it. Okay guys, and that was it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked this quick walk around and review of the new GTI. Tell me in your comments, how do you like it? Subscribe to the channel in order to see more car reviews, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.